talk of severe weather. We're just grateful for quiet, calm weather and lower humidity. That's the real deal here on this Friday.
I mean, the Muggy meter says nice in June. That's a good thing, Elizabeth.
We'll take it.
Get outside and enjoy it like these folks are. Look at that. Well, they're just lined up out there at, of course, the resort there at Pinehurst Country Club. It is the time to get outside, that's for sure. It will get hot later this afternoon, but if you have a window, now or even a little bit later on in the evening, I know there's some folks who are having to do some cleanup. We had 40 reports of wind damage with that storm overnight last night, and that did cover almost the entire viewing area. A lot of folks saw that. It's 84 right now, but the dew point is down at 61, and this is a very comfortable feel. And like we talked about earlier, it just means that it's not going to feel any hotter than 84. It's not a temperature of 84 feeling like 95 or anything like that, but we will hit 90 to 91 this afternoon. It just won't feel as sticky as it has been lately. But we only have a small window before it goes right back up, and we're into some intense, dangerous heat Sunday into next week. Right now it's 84 in Durham and Raleigh, as well as Fayetteville, 81 Goldsboro, 82 Rocky Mount. Looking at temperatures mostly in the 80s in the Triangle, 84 in Apex, but 79 in Garner and Knightdale, 81 in Durham, 82 degrees in Clayton. Around town, again, we do hit low 90s for this afternoon, but practically no humidity. Keeps it right there. And once the sun sets, or if you can find yourself in a shady spot, it feels very comfortable. And of course, out Raleigh on Fayetteville Street is having one of they have a lot of different events happening, but the evening event starts at 6 o'clock. It'll be 87 and then 84 at 7 o'clock. And in shady spots, it should feel very comfortable. Today is the first day of summer. Kind of ironic that it feels so comfortable compared to what we're about to see. It is, of course, June 20th this year. It means the Earth's axis reaches its maximum tilt toward the sun. And so we see a lot of daylight and the heat begins to build. It is the longest day of the year where we see the most daylight. How about what happens next? Today, we have 14 hours and 35 minutes of daylight. If we give it another month, it's 14 hours and 14 minutes. So just a small change through July 20th. But then it's really different by August, 13 hours and 19 minutes, and then 12 hours and 12 minutes September 20th. So pretty quickly, we lose that daylight. And that helps to cool things off for the fall. In the meantime, this high pressure system is building in. High pressure tends to sink, compress, and heat things up. And that's what we'll see. Today, 92, feeling like 96 tomorrow. I mean, that's hot, but you look at 102 Sunday and definitely 110 Monday, 113 Tuesday. You shouldn't be trying to do anything outside. Already, Monday and Tuesday are WRAL weather alert days. That heat index 104 to 109. It'll be dangerous to be outside. On Monday, we have a major risk for heat-related injuries like heat exhaustion, that sort of thing. And then it goes up to an extreme risk on Tuesday, and that continues into Wednesday as well. So we're going to hit 100 most likely Monday and Tuesday. We average one 100-degree day per year. The earliest we see that is June 7th, so it's not the earliest, but it is awfully early, that's for sure. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about those 100-degree days and what it will feel like as we go through much of next week.
We're in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. What a clear, nice day out there right now.
Yeah, it may be a little surprise for you as you step outside. I mean, it's still going to be hot, 90 degrees, but it's been feeling more like close to triple digits, and that's where we're headed again in just a couple of days. But in North Hills, we have beautiful sunshine. Our temperatures have been, pretty normal for this time of year. We're taking a look at our front that moved through. That one, of course, is the one that caused all the thunderstorms yesterday and created some wind damage, lightning, and maybe kept you awake last night. Well, once that front moved through, our wind is now coming out of the north. And so that has delivered a slightly drier air mass. It feels fairly comfortable outside right now. I mean, relative to the time of year, that's for sure. This is a look at how many places saw wind damage, though. All those circles there are where we had damaging winds. So some of those around Fayetteville and Clinton, a cluster of those around the Triangle and over toward Wilson County, then another line up near the Virginia border. So there was a lot of them, around 40 reports of wind damage. So our next weather maker begins to build in over the next couple of days, bringing dangerous heat by Monday, Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday and Thursday. And our potential for thunderstorms is now pretty minimal for the next 7 days. It's all because of a high pressure system. High pressure systems have sinking air, and that dries the atmosphere out, at least in terms of the ability to produce showers and thunderstorms. As it compresses like this, it heats though. So we have a big heat dome that sits over us. And there's the possibility that this is one of the strongest high pressure systems for this time of year. And of course, that just means means that, you know, it's going to be very hot. For today, our temperature around 90, 91. That's what it'll feel like during the afternoon. Tomorrow it'll feel like 96, so we're getting borderline on the danger zone, and then it'll feel like 101 on Sunday, 110 on Monday, 113 on Tuesday, 108 on Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday are already WRAL weather alert days for that intense heat. We're watching Wednesday, the high temperature 99, and we'll sort of watch where that heat index ends up going for Wednesday. What can you do? Well, avoid outdoor work if possible in the middle of the day. Now, there's some folks who work outside, and so that becomes rather tricky, but hopefully you can shift schedules maybe a little bit earlier in the day. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water and electrolytes, and then of course just realize that the number of days that you're exposed to high heat increases your chances of coming down with heat-related illnesses like heat exhaustion. So just be especially careful if you can, again, just limit the time or the number of days that you have to be outside working. Our rain chances are only 10% for a few days between now and the middle of next week, but we're doing fine with rain. As a matter of fact, in terms of the drought status, we are looking really good, which is wonderful because we're about to turn really hot. Even though the drought status looks fine, I would encourage you to think about starting to maybe water your garden, that sort of thing, early next week, just because it'll be so hot. How about outside plans over the weekend? Just use some caution for tomorrow. It's going to feel like the mid-90s. By Sunday, it's going to feel like the low 100s, so you definitely want to put off any outdoor events in the afternoon. It just stays hot again Monday and Tuesday at 100. Those would be the first two 100-degree days that we've seen this year.